So I recently paid Dan Locke $40,000 for just a few hours of his time. And I recently had a 1 hour session with him. And so in this video, I want to share with you guys the top 3 takeaways that I learned from Dan Locke during that call. Now, those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Bashar Khatun. I'm the founder of BJK University, an education company with a mission to impact 1 million lives. Now, some of you might be thinking, why Dan Locke? You know, what exactly are you trying to learn from him? Well, you see, over the past years, whenever I looked at our success at BJKU and in my Amazon business and any other successes that I've had, it was always because I tapped into mentorship. It was always because I tapped into people that had accomplished more things than I did, or had accomplished the desired outcome that I wanted to accomplish. So for instance, whenever I wanted to sell on Amazon, when I started selling on Amazon, I simply bought courses from people that had generated 6 figures and 7 figures selling on Amazon. Whenever I wanted to scale BJK University, I simply found people that had created 6 and 7 and 8 figure education businesses, and I started learning from them. So as we are growing BJK University, it was very important for me to learn from people that have built massive education programs and education companies before, and to see what are the pitfalls, what are things that I can avoid, how can I deliver better results to our students? What can we do to improve our program, improve our community? What are some things that they've done that, maybe mistakes? And that's another thing, is that I've realized that learning how to not do or how to avoid mistakes helps you accelerate in business. And so that's kind of one of the reasons I made a list of about 10 people, and I'm simply reaching out to them. And Dan Locke just happened to be at the top of that list. So, if you don't know who Dan Locke is, he's a global brand that's been around for over a decade. And, he's coached many people in sales and copywriting and categories. He also now coaches business owners and coaches on how to build their businesses and manage their wealth and so on. He's got a huge online presence, millions of followers on social media and millions of subscribers on YouTube and so on. So in this video, I want to share with you guys 3 top takeaways that I believe that would relate to you, because some of them, may not relate to you as they were directly to my business, but the 3 top things that I believe that will relate to you, that you guys can, take and really implement in your lives and your business, and something they can actually kind of like actionable stuff. Otherwise, I would be just kind of, throwing things at you that wouldn't really make sense to you. So the very first thing that he said was that the worst number in business is 1, right? And that was kind of interesting. And what I meant, when I asked him what he means by that, he said, you never want to have 1 of anything, if you're someone who's trying to sell on Amazon, this would mean for you that you don't want to just rely on one product. You don't want to just do one thing, right? He said you always want to have multiple of things. But he also said that you should focus on the same thing until that thing cannot grow anymore, right? So if you started selling on Amazon and you started, say, one product, you want to keep growing that product and then maybe branch out. And that's the thing that I've always talked about, is that what you want to do is you want to make sure that you take that product, say you sell it in the US, then you take that product and sell it in the UK, or take that product, sell it in Germany. So now it is the same product, but you've also branched out and you've kind of diversified in a way. And then you want to add a second product and then a third product. So that was his first advice, that you don't want to have 1 of anything in business. Number 1, is kind of a dangerous place for you in business, right? The second thing that he mentioned that was pretty interesting to me is that he said you want to be part of a strong community, and you want to be you want to create relationships with people that you do business with. And he said it's really important for you to have some type of a physical connection with people. And this really resonated with me, because I know over the last 7 years now that once I went online, because everything I did was in person, when I went online, it was just amazing for me. The fact that I can work from anywhere in the world, I just need my computer, internet connection, and I could make, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars doing just that. I kind of lost that like physical touch. And just recently, this year is really when I started kind of mingling with people and getting to know people and getting to hang out with people, having dinners with people and so on, is when I really started feeling that connection again, and that personal connection. In fact, this year, we're planning on opening a headquarters in Miami for BJK University, where people can come and check us out and so on. And also some of our team might also, think of flying in and living in Miami to work from the headquarters, right? And that's the thing that really resonated with me, is that building the communities, because for us at BJK University, one of our strongest things is not just the content or the information or whatever, it's the community. That's the thing that really makes our university better than anything else out there simply because our community is very strong. We have nearly 4.5K students that, when you post a question, you like literally get bombarded by a whole bunch of people jumping in and wanting to answer your questions and wanting to be there. So regardless what it is you're trying to do, make sure that you're looking for communities. Make sure you're looking for people that you can be part of. Make sure you're looking for a great culture that you can, mingle with, that you resonate with, and try to add some physical touch to the point. Even if you, like I know for us accountability partners, what we do is we tell them to create, like, outside of just getting to like meet via Zoom, we tell them, hey, try to become accountability partners with people that are in your local areas. So that way you can like meet in person and you can hang out and you can get to work together. Because again, because of the pandemic in 2020, because of everything, people going virtual now, a lot of humans are craving that personal one-on-one touch. And the last thing was his investment strategy, which to me was insane. And it resonates with what I believe in. I asked him, I said, hey man, what do you do with like excess money or extra profits? And he said, honestly, I just reinvested back into businesses to grow them more. And if I have anything extra, all I do is, he said, I stay cash heavy and then I invest in real estate and in tech startups. That's the thing that he likes to do. But we're talking about Dan Lok with millions, tens of millions of dollars. And when I asked, what did you do with your money until you got to that number? He said, nothing. I just stayed cash heavy. And I just kept on investing in, personal improvements and things that I wanted to know more about. And in the beginning, he was learning how to do sales. So he would, invest in sales persuasion and NLP and all these different strategies, learning from different people how to hone in his sales techniques. And then it was copywriting. He would invest in the best copywriters in the world so that way he can learn the best copywriting skills. And then it was the next thing, he would just always investing in himself first. And then he would stay cash heavy until he had millions and millions and millions of dollars in the bank. Then he's like, I like to invest in tech startups and I like to invest in real estate, but that's it. And that's the thing that I've seen a lot of people get confused. I have a business, I have a job, and I'm making $10,000, $20,000 a month. I'm able to save $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. I have a bank account that has $20,000, $30,000. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. What do I do with this much money? And it's like, dude, you got someone like Dan Lok that did not give two shits about that until he had millions of dollars in the bank. Because the thing is, right now, if you've got 20 or 30 or 50,000, and if you're not already investing in your, like, it's like if you have a skill and you've like honed in your skill, you've invested in yourself, you've attended masterminds, and you're just like know everything that there is to know about that one thing. And you are doing great at it, and you're like the best performer. Or maybe you've got an Amazon business and it's just growing on its own and it's like exploding on its own, and you still have all this extra cash. And if you've got 10, 20, 30, $50,000 in the bank, it's like, look, that's not big enough for you to do anything with it, right? Now, if you've got $1 million, $2 million, $5 million in the bank, then that is something that you can do with it, right? It's big enough. It's significant enough for you to do something with it, because that's pretty much where I am. Last year, I paid over $1 million in taxes. I could have simply went and invested that in real estate. But to me, it was all the headspace that's going to take away from me from actually, focusing on the main thing, which is growing BJK University, which is getting our students better results, which is strengthening our community, which is providing better opportunities to our team, right? Now, once I have over $10 million in the bank, which I don't yet, when I do, then I will say, okay, you know what? Now it's worth something. It's a good chunk. I can take that and I can invest it in real estate or, in this thing or in that thing. And then that investment, the return on my investment is going to be significant enough that if it takes 2, 3, 5, 10 hours of my week, then it's worth it. Other than that, if you've got less than $1 million or $2 million, it's honestly not worth it. And that's exactly what he told me. Outside of that, hope you guys found this video valuable. I'll be posting all the videos or takeaways from all the people that I'm, getting on calls with. And again, this is not a podcast that I'm doing with them. This is not an interview or whatever. I'm paying these guys tens of thousands of dollars just to get on these calls with me. And I'll share with you guys my takeaways. So that way, you don't have to, and, you don't have to learn or pay them all that money. I'll do the paying. Outside of that, if you found this video valuable, smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.